10 minutes on the clock. The tip is won by South Carolina, and we are underway with Raven Johnson taking it up for the Gamecocks. Pow Pow attacking against Moore McNeil. She stops, kicks it to the left wing to Johnson. He's going to feed it inside. Here's Fagan, posted up against Strickland to the basket, got rejected, and it stays with South Carolina. So Caroline Strickland holding her own defensively on the first possession.
Yeah, and that's going to be huge. Caroline Strickland and Lily Meister have to be solid for Indiana. They can't get in early foul trouble in this game, or else Indiana's going to be on the wrong side of things.
Here's Pow Pow, kicks it out to Kitts, fakes a three, now takes a long two-point jumper, and Moore McNeil has the rebound. Indiana will take a 20-foot shot from Chloe Kitts. Here's Yarden Garza on the left wing, passes near corner to Parrish. Drops inside to Strickland. Back up top to Garzone, 20 on the shot clock. Crowd getting loud here, Colonial Life Arena. Garzone splits the double team, kicks it out near corner. Parrish, three-pointer on the way, short. Chloe Kitts has the rebound. Really nice play by Garzone, but Parrish couldn't pay it off. Now going the other way are the Gamecocks. Hall, and they cycle it around to Pow Pow. Behind the back dribble, she regains possession. Bree Hall guarded by Chesky. That's a big height advantage. Kicks it out to Fagan. Short corner jumper, a little bit too strong. That was an 18-footer. Garzone waiting for Chesky to go up the floor and then gives her the ball on the near wing. Chloe Moore McNeil fakes a three-pointer. Stops at the free throw line. Now Parrish is going to try to attack on the right arc. Back it goes to Moore McNeil, 15 on the shot clock. Straightaway three, air ball. Way short from Moore McNeil on the three-point shot. So no score with 8:33 left in the first quarter.
To go back to that first possession, Adam, that's the type of shots Indiana can't afford to miss. Sydney Parrish all alone in the corner. You have to knock those down. That's how you win this game if you're IU.
Kitts passes to Bree Hall, who will attack, and now Fagan, who's not a three-point shooter, passes off to Pow Pow, attacks, drops it back to Fagan. Elbow jumper, comes up short. Sydney Parrish, good box out. Keeping Kitts off the glass. Chesky takes it back the other way, gets a Strickland screen. Will attack, drive down the lane, rejected by Fagan, and it's off Chesky. Chesky went streaking down the lane, diagonal angle towards the right side of the basket, tried to lay it up. It was rejected, and then hit her leg out of bounds to South Carolina. 8:05 to play, still no score.
That's not a terrible shot. That's a shot that we see a lot from Shea Chesky in transition. It's just the size advantage that South Carolina has that makes that shot not a very good one in this stylistic matchup.
Chloe Kitts has it against Parrish. Now Raven Johnson posted up on Chesky, will flip it right over the top and score the first basket of the game. 2-0 South Carolina, 7:45 to play. Easy right-hand jump hook for Raven Johnson. Indiana looking to get on the scoreboard. Here's Garzone on the left wing. She'll stop, she'll work against Hall. Couple of drill moves, into the paint she goes. She fades away and hits. Yarden Garzone ties the game at 2. 2 minutes and 30 seconds into the first quarter. Raven Johnson hands to Pow Pow, and it's a moving screen against Johnson. She was trying to hand it to Pow Pow. Moore McNeil was hit by the hip of Johnson, and it's a turnover for South Carolina. That's their first. 2-2. 7:22 to go in the first quarter. Arizona Strickland at the top. Now on the left wing, it's Moore McNeil. Chesky flying around a screen. He's going to fake a free throw line jumper. Is guarded tightly by Pow Pow. And it's deflected by Johnson. Ends up with Moore McNeil back up top. He's going to see 2. And now he's going to drive against Fagan to the short corner. Stops. Chesky with 5 on the shot clock. Will pull up from the free throw line. It's rejected by Pow Pow. Oh, what a defensive recovery by Tahina Pow Pow. Now in transition. Trying to post up Fagan. It's taken away by Parrish. Couple of nice back-to-back defensive plays, one from each team. We're tied at 2, 6:40 to go in the first quarter. Moore McNeil has it up top. That's a moving screen against Strickland, and Indiana base cannot afford again to foul trouble.
Immediately, Caroline Strickland, after that moving screen, looked over to Terry Moore, and Terry Moore said, hey, be stable, and that's what she has to do. They swap now. Caroline Strickland goes to the bench. Meister comes in for the game. But look, Indiana been somewhat composed at the beginning, but you can see the rattling moving on for Indiana.
And it's going to be Joyce Edwards checking in for South Carolina as well. The Gatorade National Player of the Year, the freshman from Camden, South Carolina. Pow Pow works to the elbow into the paint. Now bounces into Kitts, who's going to turn around. Meister lays it up, but it comes up short, gets it back, and it stays with South Carolina as it was stripped out of bounds. On the second chance effort, that was Shea Chesky underneath the basket. So Pow Pow will trigger in 6:20 to play in the first quarter. We're tied at 2. Pow Pow will toss it in to Joyce Edwards. Now he's going to post up against Meister. He's going to take her down to the block. Sees 2. She walked. Sydney Parrish, really good double team. And Indiana also used the baseline as really a third defender there.
You took the words out of my mouth, Adam. Great recognition by Parrish to immediately understand the trouble that Meister was in and bring on that double team.
Chesky will hand to Garzone on the left arc. Garzone, couple of crossovers, got by Edwards to the rim, is rejected by Pow Power's second block. Right at the cup, in transition, Bree Hall fakes a three-pointer, drives inside, floats in the paint. It's a little bit too strong. Rebound for Kitts, can't lay it up and in. Back out to Hall. A third chance opportunity for South Carolina. Something that Terry Morin harped on in her pregame press conference. Gotta keep South Carolina off the glass. One of the best rebounding teams in the nation. Pow Pow guarded tightly by Chesky with 5 on the shot clock. Down to Edwards, now back up top to Kitts. Hall threes, the shot clock expires, she drains it. Bree Hall all net, and South Carolina has a 5-2 lead. 5:20 to go in the first quarter. Moore McNeil finds Parrish, right wing 3, well short, it barely grazed the rim. Pow Pow has the rebound. Here is Bree Hall. Was the only three-pointer of this game so far. Pow Pow, couple of crossovers, pulls up for 3, banked it in! And she gave a shrug to the crowd. Tahini Pow Pow gives South Carolina a 7-2 lead. They call it a long 2. Indiana hasn't scored for 2.5 minutes. 4:45 to play in the first quarter. Garzone has it up top, calls for a Meister screen, rejects the screen into the paint. Will pull up over Hall, bricks it off the rim. Rebound is won by Joyce Edwards in the battle with Meister. Raven Johnson up the floor, left side, drives underneath the basket. Now finds Edwards at the free throw line, fakes against Parrish, who pulled the chair on her, and Lily Meister takes it away. Smart veteran play from Sydney Parrish. Moore McNeil attacks in transition down the lane, lays it up and in, and one with the right hand. Chloe Moore McNeil explosive to the cup, and Indiana trails 7-4 with the free throw to come. 4:17 to go in the first quarter.